In this video, we're going to talk about swinging around your center of gravity and keeping your swing plane flat, and a great exercise to do that. So yes, this is a samurai katana. This is the weapon that SwingForm is based on. So let's just demonstrate quickly. Now, when you're swinging your sword, you obviously want to keep the blade as flat as you can to get through your target. So you're not going to raise the blade up and then try and drop it and then try and cut. It's going to be straight back and straight through, which is exactly what you should be doing for your golf swing. Just think about having to get the club up here and then dropping it back on line and then trying to cut through a target. I mean, you're never going to make that cut accurately all the time. There's just too many variables in that swing. So it's just easier. Just take it back and through, even one-handed, back and through. And you can see that the plane of the sword, the swing plane, doesn't really change. And that's how we get the accuracy in SwingForm. So the way you're going to do that is just set up with your club in front of you. I'm going to use the sword for now just to show you. And you can see that my sword is locked on the center of gravity, which is about this far below your belly button. And that's where you want your golf club to be, because that's your center of power. So the lower center of gravity, which is here, controls all the movement around the body, balance, power, all of that. As soon as you're high or lower or too far away, you're actually losing control. And that's why when people sit with the golf club and then extend it, you've actually got to have a lot of muscle power in your back and in your body to keep that. And that's why a lot of people get injured. And that's why that swing is really not sustainable. So swinging around your center of gravity. Now, if you think about swinging a weapon, if I was going to swing this, would I really take it back with my left hand and then turn my hip and then try and cut? No, of course not, because I would never be effective like that. I could never, and I even feel now, I can feel the strain in my back. So when I'm swinging, I'm never going to swing it back this way and then pull through with my hip and then pull the hand through, try and get speed. I mean, that's just stupid. So when you were swinging with your right hand, or your power hand, you'd be taking it back and you'd be accelerating the right hand and then let the body come through. And you can see that I can keep the sword on plane and I can get lots of power. So that's how we do the SwingForm, part of the swing frame setup. So let's just translate this to a sword quickly. So what you're going to do is, instead of now pushing it back with the left, you're actually going to pull it with the right and let the left hand guide. So your left hand stays on plane all the time, the left arm. So if you look at this, I'm going to take it back and through, and I'm not moving this left arm at all. And you can see that everything here is staying in a straight line, which means my striking point, my impact point on the blade is going to come through that target exactly the same place all the time, because I'm not moving my arms, I'm not changing anything. All I'm doing is locking my left arm on that center of gravity where I start, pull it back straight. You can see the elbow is nice and tucked, which is what it should be. So it's back, and then accelerate through, cut through, and you can see that the sword is staying on plane. Okay, so let's do the same thing with the golf club. So this is 7-iron, which I'm just going to use. So from here, again, same position. Now turn the club on its edge like it's a blade. Do exactly the same motion. As you can see, I'm going to stand, pull it back in a straight line, and then cut through in a straight line, and then swing through, driving it with the right side rather than the left side. Just let everything rotate nicely. So if we look at that, take it back, keep the elbow tucked, and then swing through. Now, when you do that in a golf swing, just to give you that position, that same motion is that at the top of the backswing. So it's there, no flying elbows, no raising hands, because this arm is not allowed to move. So because I'm just standing in that position, as I go back, this left arm doesn't actually move, and look at that position at the top of the backswing. So I'm going to be there, and then as I come down, I'm going to use the same technique, cutting through with the right hand instead of the left. I'm going to accelerate that hand, cut with the right hand to get here and through, and you can see that everything rotates naturally. Now, the other thing with this is that this action naturally keeps the club shallow. It doesn't allow the club to raise. So I'll give you an exercise just now, but when you're down here and you can see I go back there, you can see where my hand is around just below my shoulder level. So as I'm coming through here, my hands aren't raising. I'm not standing up. I'm keeping nice and low, and I'm just swinging it back, coming forward, and that rotation going through allows me to get all the way through the golf swing. So that position, swinging around your center of gravity, is going to give you a flat plane. It's going to give you better control, and pulling it back with your right and allowing your left arm just to stay on plane is going to keep that club on plane. Let me show you the exercise we do, and it's called the mirror swing. So the mirror swing, you're going to stand in front of a mirror, and you're going to hold your club in front of you, and you're going to pull it back with your right hand keeping your left hand on plane. Now, what you'll find, what you're looking for is to keep this club plane exactly flat. You can see that I'm not moving this at all. What most people do, though, is they end up doing that. So when you look in the mirror, you're starting here and you're going there, you can see it's flat. But as soon as I see this, I know that I'm actually raising my arms or extending my arms away, or I'm turning my wrists up. And that's going to cause the club to raise. So it gets you off plate immediately, and then you've got to try and compensate for that. That can come the over the top swing or other weird things that happen in the golf swing to try and get the club square. So instead of doing that, do this exercise. Hold your golf club in front of you and just pull it back with the right hand and just check that your club doesn't go off plane. And when you're in the golf swing, you do exactly the same thing. So you go back and through, you take it back, and you cut through in the same plane, bring your club head straight. So if this was on its way, you would see it would be that, club head coming through there, point of impact exactly where I want it, and you go through and you can swing. And that's a simple way to keep the club on plane, and we teach all of this and more in the SwingForm course.